Rob, can you tell me what is a CubeSat satellite?
Well, as the name says, it's a cube. I've got an example here. This is the exact size, by the way. So a CubeSat is a cuboid satellite. It measures 10 by 10 by 10 centimeters, so the volume is a liter. We always say it's around about the size of a loaf of bread. It weighs about the same.
Can I hold it?
Just incidentally, the size of the CubeSat is about 100 times smaller than the first satellite that was ever launched, Sputnik, in 1957. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so it's exactly this size?
Yes, that is the size of what we call a one-unit CubeSat. So ZettaCube is a one-unit CubeSat. You also get much bigger CubeSats, i.e. 2 units and 3 units.
Okay.
So the biggest CubeSat will be about that size.
Okay. And what goes into building something like this?
Well, very much everything that you associate with normal satellite engineering, and that's really the value of CubeSats, is not a trivial spacecraft. Spacecraft needs to be built in a very high reliability environment. So our students typically goes through the typical design cycle of a mission, which is conceptualization, design, implementation, testing, qualification, launch, and then of course operations afterwards. And in parallel with that, you have to take care of all the regulatory aspects as well. So everything that goes into a normal satellite, you will very much find in a CubeSat. Okay,
and students from the ZettaCube 1 program have built the CubeSat that's going to be launched at the end of this month. Can you tell me about that program?
Yes, ZettaCube 1 is our first CubeSat. It will be launched on the 21st of November at 10:09 in the morning. That's next week. Now, the broader program, FSATI program, is a collaboration between universities in South Africa and France. It's a postgraduate program where we prepare engineers for the space program of South Africa. In 2009, we started the space program, and in 2011, we actually started work on our first mission, which is ZettaCube.
Okay, Angela, you're a student in the program. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about the journey up to building this satellite?
Well, basically what I can say is it's a tough one because you have to put in a lot of hours of work, and you have to change the way you think. And coming from a general electronic engineering background, you don't really have the exposure to building something that is supposed to be launched into space.
Right.
So you have to change the way you think, and you have to think in terms of durability and how it can survive in a very harsh environment. And you also have to be aware of the space environment and what obstacles it can run into, and considering that it should be something that should stay in space for a while, you also have to think of that as well, not just something that will work for a day and break down. You also have to think of something that can stay maybe for 20 years, still working. Yeah. So it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of sleepless nights. Yes.
How did you change your mindset to kind of consider all of these factors that I'm sure you didn't work with before?
Well, it's a lot of research,
yeah,
a lot of reading, as well as just listening to other people who've gone through the same thing. We have a lot of speakers that come to speak to us from different institutions that have been part of the CubeSat program, as well as other people from NASA as well, the space agency in America. Yeah. And yeah, so we've learned a lot from those people who've been through it. So we have an idea of what to expect and what to look out for, the small things that would generally not think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many hours would you say you worked on this? You said it was many hours. Like
it is many hours. It is many hours, because just coming up with the design itself, yeah, and considering all the different factors, because even if you're working on one small part of the satellite, you have to consider all the other different parts. Mm-hmm. Like even if you're just working on the computer, you have to think of what the communication system is going to be working like.
Right.
And you also have to think of what the payload is going to be doing. So it's a lot of work. Maybe in a week, you would work for 19-hour days.
But it's all paying off now.
Yes, it is.